if you wanted to break that down a little bit and kind of elaborate just on the types of compositors out there.
It is predisposition. It's artistic versus technical predispositions and interests. I think interest is the key word, honestly. What interests you, without saying what turns you on, but I think it's a matter of that, creatively, because it is creation. Whether you're a coder or a fine artist or a painter, you're still, building something, you're still trying to solve a problem, I think. But yes, there are different types of compos, and I've seen people solve problems in 10 minutes where it was a compositional problem, framing and, weight of the features in the frame. But I have seen, often those are not the people that will be able to pull a perfect key, and they don't overlap necessarily, and the more they overlap, the better, of course, but that's people. People are different. People have different levels of patience and patience for different things. And I think that's a key thing. And it also depends on the projects that you're on. Very much depends on the nature of what the problem is that you're trying to solve. And are you trying to streamline something for 150 shots? Or are we trying to or is it like a 50 shot thing where everything needs to be a jewel? It's interesting. I find it fascinating all my colleagues are different between each other, between me and them, and I've learned something from everyone, I would say.
Yeah, it's so critical. I'm just kind of curious, are there any set rules that you follow these days or tend to share with other people in terms of workflow and keeping things tight?
I think so. I think it's the same ones that I learned at NPC at the time, and the clue is in the way the nodes are built. Top down, left to right. Mm-hmm. Each background to foreground. I don't like hiding inputs. I don't like postage stamps, but that's just me. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people that do love it, and it has its moments. It has its place, and just for streamlining, if you have a lot of shots, but you have to comp thinking someone else is going to pick up the script.
I think that alone is such a valuable lesson of accountability. Like if someone were to open this, would they laugh or be impressed at wow, this person keeps a clean, tidy workflow?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I value that to today. And I make a point of, I take some time, but it's something that interests me. I enjoy the process of maybe untangling a look dev moment, but you end up being tidy even when you're throwing stuff at the node graph and trying things out. You end up being tidy while you do that itself. And if I do inherit a messy script from someone, honestly, I kind of enjoy going in and untangling it and shaping it the way I want. And things become clear. Things become very clear. And what was messy isn't anymore. And you see what the logic behind it was. And I love that side of seeing how people think
mm-hmm.
Because it's an immediate thing. With enough experience, you open up a script and it speaks to you immediately.
Yeah, that's interesting because I've never heard anyone say that, but it is so true because you're right. There's times you might look at something and it is a mess, but after a while you're like, okay, I get what they were thinking.